Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back. Let's talk about Tony Ferguson versus Khabib Nurmagomedov, UFC 249, April 18th. We're going to go over some UFC stats and see how these guys match up by the numbers. So like I said, this fight is finally going down in April. These guys have been booked to fight numerous times. The matches fell through, but here we are. Let's cross our fingers. These guys finally meet in the cage and we get to find out who's the better man at lightweight. Tony Ferguson is on a 12-fight win streak at lightweight, which is a record for the UFC. He sports an overall mixed martial arts record of 25 wins, 3 losses. Khabib has an overall record of 28 wins, 0 losses, perfect undefeated record, which is absolutely remarkable, unheard of in mixed martial arts. He is on a 10-fight win streak at lightweight in the UFC. A few of his matches at lightweight were catchweight bouts. Otherwise, right now he would be tied with Tony with 12 consecutive wins at lightweight. Going deeper into their stats, Ferguson has a 45% striking accuracy, 43% takedown success rate, 77% takedown defense, which is pretty phenomenal, and his striking defense is 64%. Damage delivered, most of Tony's work is on the feet with 89%, 3% in the clinch, and 8% ground. Even though Tony's well-rounded, clearly he does most of his work on the feet. 12 of Ferguson's wins have been by way of KO, 8 wins via submission. Looking at Khabib's stats, 50% striking accuracy, 45% takedown success rate. He has an 85% takedown defense rate, which is stellar, and for striking defense, 67%. Damage delivered, 40% standing, 4% in the clinch, a whopping 56% of the striking damage he inflicts on the ground. Not a surprise one bit, given Khabib's strengths and his style. 8 of Khabib's wins have been by way of KO, 8 wins via submission. So what can we actually gather from these stats, guys? Well, some glaring things standing out is the amount of damage that Tony inflicts on the feet to his opponents. 89% is absurd. He is certainly a well-rounded fighter, but based on those stats, you would have to think part of his game plan has to be to keep it on the feet. Khabib has decent striking defense, 67%. I see that stat and watching Khabib fight. That's Khabib timing the strike, getting underneath punches and kicks, and shooting in for a takedown. That's how he avoids taking damage on the feet. We all know this. Khabib's game plan should be the exact opposite of Ferguson's. His stats clearly show 56% of his damage inflicted is when he is on the ground with his opponents in the top position. He is simply not going to want to stand with Tony in his world where he does most of his damage. Other interesting stats to consider: Tony's takedown defense, 77%. Is he going to be able to give Khabib fits? Can Khabib successfully take Tony down, hold him down for the entire fight? Tony has a wrestling background. I'd say he's a pretty decent wrestler. Let's say if Tony decides to switch it up, tries to surprise Khabib, go for a takedown himself, I don't think that would be wise, because Khabib's 85% takedown defense rate says it all. That's just not going to happen, unless if Khabib is completely gassed in the championship rounds. Besides the stats that stood out, overall these guys are pretty evenly matched. This is one amazing fight for the ages, a true super fight with 2 competitors at the top of their games. Once again, guys, we have to cross our fingers, pray to the MMA gods that this fight finally happens. What are your takeaways from their stats? Who do you think is going to win this fight and why? Drop those opinions in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please click subscribe, like the video, share. Appreciate it, guys. It helps the channel grow. And until the next segment, take care.